Hey, what's up, Bravehearts? Welcome back to the channel. Uh, in life, we often find ourselves just surviving, working just hard enough to keep your job or not get fired, or posting things on social media we don't like or enjoy to feel alive because we get a like or a comment. And we're too busy trying to capture the moment rather than enjoy it and live in the moment. But what if we could do more than just survive? What if we could thrive? To me, thriving is about not just achieving success or reaching goals. It's about the character that you build through the journey and the process of the person you become towards the end of that journey. See, thriving is about finding what sets your very soul on fire, just thinking about it and pursuing your goals, passions, and engaging in the hobbies that you like, and embracing the unknown with a positive and open mindset despite the fears and the doubts. I believe thriving is about prioritizing self-care, nurturing your relationships, and even prioritizing yourself by living authentically and just always being yourself, wherever you are or whoever you're in front of. When it comes to thriving, there's no destination, it's a journey. And it's a continuous evolution of self discovery and personal growth. And there's no shame in your passions and interests changing over time because the chapter that you're on now won't be the chapter that you're on tomorrow. Everyone's book changes and every cover is different. So it's important that we feed our mind, body, and spirit with the nutrients that it needs to get us to where we need to get to. Whether it's developing our knowledge, reading, developing new skills, working on our bodies, meditating, writing in a journal, working out, learning from mentors and experts in the fields that we want to get into. All these things are important in building us so that we could survive and also thrive. Because you have to learn how to obviously crawl before you can walk. You have to learn how to walk before you can run. And far too often we're trying to get from A to Z instead of A, B, C, D, E, and so on. And also developing the skills that will provide a value to you and be of service to others, which in turn will not allow you to become a slave to just making ends meet and surviving in a job you don't like. Far too often we're so busy in just trying to take care of ourselves in the essentials. We don't have time for leisure. We don't have time to, just read a book in the park or go for a jog or spend time with loved ones the way we want to or pursue hobbies and interests because we're so busy trying to survive. And once you learn how to develop yourself and become an asset and not feel like a liability, you'll have more leisure time for yourself and you'll get your time back. And money isn't just something that's supposed to help you gain material possessions that you don't need or desire. It's supposed to be something that transforms your life and the lives of others around you. Being able to go on those family vacations, being able to buy certain things that you need, just things that overall will help you and mold you into a better person, whether it's courses, tutorials, books. And I'm going to use myself as an example in my survival mode journey. So I worked for about a year and a half worked at Walmart. Now, I started working when I was 17. My first job ever was at Wendy's. And I'm 31 years old now, so that's about 14 years of work experience. And I think the most I've ever stopped working was about 4 months. And that's because I had, an accident. I was playing football and I broke my ankle. But other than that, I've been working my whole life since I could, at the age that I could. And I was about 23, 24, so my daughter was just about to be born, and every day for about a year and a half, 7 days a week, I was working. My day off basically looked like only working one job. So that's what my days off were. If I didn't work both my jobs, I worked one job. all while going to school Monday through Friday, 5 days a week. And at that time, I was going to a trade school, which is very known in the U.S. I'm not sure if everyone knows about it, though. It's Lincoln Technical Institute. And I went there, graduated after 10 months, became a PCT, or patient care technician. And at the time, I was working my job at Walmart and also working in the hospital setting as a janitor. So I transitioned from the janitor position, or environmental services, to my position as a tech. And eventually, I was able to, after I started making a little more money, stop working one of my jobs full time, which was at Walmart, and also work my job at the hospital part time as well. Eventually, I transitioned from that job full time and left my Walmart job and got a nursing assistant job at another hospital to pursue my associates in science. And once I got my associates in science, I eventually was able to leave that nursing assistant job and just work at my first original job in the hospital as a PCT full time. Because in nursing school, it's a very hard program. I mean, you want to study and you want to get the best grades possible, and it's kind of hard to do that. It's doable, but it's kind of hard to do that when you're working two jobs. So I kind of had to let that go. But needless to say, I was able to do that because of the skills and the value proposition I was able to bring, which increased my earnings potential, which also increased my leisure time, or just develop or get more time towards the things I wanted to do, such as working out, spending more time with my daughter and my girlfriend at the time, and also just being able to study more, obviously, because I was going to school. And it afforded me more time. It gave me time back to develop more skills and just better myself overall as a well-rounded human being in mind, body, and spirit. And eventually, I graduated, became a nurse. I've been doing that for about a year. And now that since I've become a nurse, I've been able to dedicate and value more time into my recent hobby now, which is creating YouTube videos. And it's something that I like, something that I feel like I can enjoy, and I do it completely without expectations, although, we all want to grow and develop and build an audience, and we hope people resonate with our messages, but, if it happens, it happens, and when it happens, it will happen. If not, if one person finds value in the videos that I create, that's fine too. But all this to say is, as you develop yourself and you gain more skills and you're able to, attract things that you want in your life, you're able to see more opportunities and go down different avenues and explore different ventures for yourself. And then you end up not just surviving, you're thriving. So now I work 3 days a week. I mean, they're 12-hour days. They're still rough. They're still tough. But I like it because I like the sciences and I liked helping people, which is why I created this channel in the first place. And it kind of taught me to be able to focus on myself, and that I can still find a value proposition and bring that to the table in other ventures in my life without having to change who I am or what I do. And this is a little bit different from being in the hospital setting, but it's something that I enjoy. I enjoy turning on the camera. It's a new experience, because when you're talking to someone face to face, it's a lot easier than just talking in the camera. Something I got to get used to, but I'm learning and growing through it. I know you guys are learning and growing through your situations, and listening to this and my experience through life. So basically, I believe it was straight love, determination, and willpower that kept me going through those chaotic times of my life. It was a very unfathomable storm because of the mental and the physical anguishes that I had to go through surviving so that I can be able to thrive. And sometimes you have to be able to understand that you're not going to start off and get a big hit right away. You're going to have to work towards that. You're going to have to work very hard, possibly for a long time, before you can see any real results or anybody believe in you. And it allowed me to get to know myself, gain a self-awareness of the possibilities for myself and what I could do. But also try to reach out to people and give them the chance to understand things that they can do for themselves and the possibilities for themselves as well. And through pursuing different hobbies and ventures, for example, I started also like drawing for these videos. So I started like doing little designs. I used to like drawing when I was younger. Actually, funny thing is, fun fact about me, I used to like anime and manga when I was younger, like One Piece, Inuyasha, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z. And these are all little things I used to sit there and sometimes pause the shows or record over it in a VHS. One time I actually recorded over my sister's Sweet 16. To this day, we still laugh about it because we're watching it and all of a sudden you see a Dragon Ball Z episode, and I used to pause it, draw my little cartoons, even cut them out, and even use them as toys and play with them when I was a kid. Try to do very creative stuff. And I know I'm going on a rant here, but just stick with me. But all this to say is when you're not struggling anymore, you're able to find time for yourself and the things that you like. And in the grand scheme of things, you won't just be surviving anymore, you'll be thriving. And you'll even branch out to find things that you enjoy, whether it's writing a book, creating paintings, maybe you like making music, or starting a side hustle, or just enjoying more time with your family like I do and spending time with your friends or anything that you like. So great things take time, and you have to live a life and a philosophy that resonates with you and do things that fit well into your spirit. And I also have some tips for being able to thrive that I've used in my life personally that I think maybe might help you. And that's practicing gratitude every day of your life. We're so busy sometimes focusing on things that we don't have, that we don't appreciate the things that we do have until we lose them, or they're gone forever. Whether they're people, whether they're possessions that you hold near and dear, certain items. And we have to practice through daily habits of whether it's prayer, meditation, or just being able to really value the things that are in our lives, in our support systems. Because when you value it, and through habit, you'll start to see the blessings in your life and the opportunities around you, and not dwell and focus on negative things that don't serve you. So that's number one. Number two, be yourself. Never change yourself so you can conform to a group or certain things in society, because you'll start to lose not just yourself and who you are, but you'll start to breed resentment and inadequacy within yourself that ultimately lead to anxiety and feelings of low self-worth. So never change yourself. Whether you're speaking to someone one-on-one or whether you're speaking to a group, always stay the same, stay consistent. And you'll appreciate and love yourself more for it. Number three, forgive yourself and others. Now, this is going to sound a little controversial, but you don't want to forgive and forget. You want to remember, because you want to extract the lessons from the mistakes that you made or that other people made towards you, or just in situations that you could have done better and what you could have done better. So there's no way to grow if you just forget about things. So that's the one thing I've always done, but just don't dwell on it either. And you'll find that it'll lift that heavy anchor in your heart and allow you to move forward and just frees you from all the entrapments of dwelling on things that don't serve you. And then number four, choose to spend your time with people who support you and serve you. And maybe it might take time to find those people. Maybe you had to get rid of a lot of people in your life. I remember when I was younger, unfortunately, I was in my early, just about to be 20. And, I was going out. I was basically working. I've always been a worker, like I said, but I was going out living for the weekends, looking forward to Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with no direction, no dreams, no thoughts of anything. Just, basically trying to survive. And it wasn't a good way to live life even at such a young age, because yes, you want to enjoy life and you want to enjoy the finer things and create memories, and that's what life is about, but you also have to have a balance. And I had no balance. I was basically going out with friends. I mean, granted, yeah, it was was great. You know, they weren't the worst of people, obviously, but it wasn't the best group to be around. Nobody had any ambitions, nobody had any goals. So I had to kind of go my own way and separate myself from the group. And it was tough at first. But over the long term, I definitely thank myself for it because it allowed me to reach farther and to higher heights unimaginable. So that's one thing I would do. And also people who support you, and not necessarily just support you, but don't bring you down. You don't want to be around people that bring you down because it'll ultimately create, feelings of low self-esteem, like you can't do anything. You won't even try to create opportunities for yourself, and you'll feel like a failure because people are telling you you can't do it. And then you'll believe you can't do it. And ultimately that'll lead to you not taking any risks and just playing it safe and becoming complacent. So you don't want to do that. And then tip number 5, pay attention to your limiting beliefs about yourself. Because, like I said in another video, he who says he can't and he who says he can are both usually right. If you don't believe you can do something, it's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're not going to be able to do it because your mind isn't going to be able to come up with solutions because you're not asking the questions that you need to get to where you want to get to. You're not trying to solve the problems in your life. You're just keeping them at bay. And you have to kind of examine what's holding you back, what's stopping you from trying to thrive in your life and build the life that you know you're capable of living. So those are just some of the tips that I believe that helped me, that stopped me from just staying complacent and just wanting to survive to wanting to be able to thrive and, achieve my inhibitions and goals and go after things and take risks in whatever form they are to you and your journey. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, more fun.